misses another. Smith has it. Knicks down 3. Should the Bulls foul? No. Anthony for 3. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied. Upward on the drive. Out to Anthony. Smith, a three-pointer. Way off the mark. Chandler tips it out again. And the Knicks will reset down by 2. Mike Whitson not calling timeout.
And I like that move.
In the hands of Anthony. Anthony for 3. Puts it in! Knicks by 1 with 8.2 remaining.
What's going on YouTube? This is the Don John checking in here. I know it's been about 2 weeks since I've uploaded a video, but jeez, times are slow right now with the NBA. Not much going on here besides the Team USA and some training camps and all that, but frankly, there is one topic here I do want to discuss that is actually trending, and that is about my man Carmelo Anthony. And boy, do I got a lot to say about this. Before I get into that, I do want to give one special shout out here to Strength and Work Activewear. Some really good clothing here, started up by my homie. This shirt in particular made out of 60% cotton, 40% polyester, so it got that nice stretchiness right there. You can go and do that good flex right there. But the company is real nice here because they're teamed up with Striking Out Poverty. Basically, it's a program known around the world that feeds hungry children, that gives them water and medication. So a really nice purpose that we're serving. So about 30% of the profit goes out to them. So I'll leave a link in the description down below, and also got my body armor water ready to get this video started, and let's get right into it. I've been reading, I've been watching a lot of things about Carmelo Anthony, and really it's just aggravating me on what he's going through right now, because it's like this guy did a lot. He was great entertainment back in the day. Like, why isn't anyone signing him? It is really beyond me. This is ridiculous. We have 30 teams out there, 31 if you want to include the USA team, which you know that he was recently rejected out of. Like, this is ridiculous, man. Why can't he make a roster? Like, come on, man. There's a bunch of scrubs in the league, like, and they're putting them ahead of Carmelo Anthony. It's like, come on here, guys. There is something really going on here. Carmelo said it himself during that interview with Stephen A. Smith, that it's probably something more beyond basketball, basically. It's his image, it's all these rumors here about him. It's demoralizing for him, and not only for him, but also for me, because I want to see Carmelo Anthony play still. I know the dude can still play, but let's think about the situations that he's been in. He was with the Thunder and the Rockets for these past 2 years. So let's look at the systems that he dealt with over there. Over there in OKC, he had Westbrook and Paul George to play with. You know well that they're not going to give him the ball all that much. And I'll go over some statistics here soon regarding all of this. But if you see, we have Westbrook averaging triple doubles. We have a good young Paul George. Like, of course, the guy's not going to get any touches. And it was just not a good situation for this guy. I mean, he couldn't really do anything. He even mentioned that he was the fourth man in the rotation behind Steven Adams. Like, what is going on here? So that was that, like, back with the OKC Thunder. More recently here with the Rockets, only playing 10 games here with them. Again, another bad opportunity for him. He was with Mike D'Antoni in that team. We all remember what happened to him and Mike D'Antoni back with the New York Knicks. They just never got along. They ended in bad terms. So that's right there is already a red flag. Like, you can't have these two together. And then two, the style of play that they do. It's like they do a quick 7 seconds or less, toss a bunch of 3-pointers here, and it all goes against Carmelo Anthony's game. And there was just no way for him to even succeed with that system, James Harden just dribbling, as Charles Barkley would say, he would dribble out the clock, just dish it out, and they were trying to make Carmelo Anthony into a spot up three-point shooter, which again, that is not his game here, guys. So it was just pretty ridiculous here on the situations that he was in. Let's go over some statistics here. Alrighty guys, so here's some things I just want to go over from my understanding on how all these statistics work. So if we take a look here, this is Carmelo Anthony's career. Let's take a first look at his usage rates now. Usage rates at a all-time high 35.6% here. This was a year when they made the playoffs and they lost in the second round against the Pacers. So let's have a look at that. He was 35.6% in usage rate, and he had a PER. If y'all don't understand what that is, it's a measure of per minute production standardized, such as the league average is 15. So during that season, he had a 24.8, which, if I'm seeing here correctly, is that is also an all-time high. So usage rate was up, so was his PER. So he was majorly productive during this year, and as what we personally witnessed as well during that playoff run. So if we go down the list here, look at exactly what happens. Ever since that year, it's been going down by 32.4%, 32.2, and then 29.7, 29.1, and then an all-time low of 23.2 and 20.5. Now if we take a look over at that PER, his PER was also diminishing here that year. We could count out this year in particular since he only played 40 games. However, otherwise, I mean, it still kept on going down. His PER still kept on going down. So from what I'm showing there is that the New York Knicks weren't using him as much as they were during that playoff run. And as we all know, the New York Knicks, not a good franchise here in these current days. They did nothing to support this guy. You just take a look at the rosters. They were just absolutely terrible. Did nothing for Carmelo Anthony to help him out. But look, this is where things get a little bit unfair and where people are judging him here. Is during his OKC and his Houston days. Now again, look at his usage rate, 23.2, 20.5. And his PER right here is now under the league average of 15 of 12.7 and 10.9. So as we can see, the less usage rate that Carmelo Anthony gets, the less efficient he becomes. Now, this is all could do also because of his age being at 34 here currently. He'll be turning 35, but nonetheless, it's not because of his game. His game is pretty solid. Look at his percentages here. Still looking pretty solid there. He's just a little underachieving, but he's still hitting shots. Now, where is he hitting these shots from? If you take a look at his three-point percentage and throughout his entire career, he's been pretty average at most with three-pointers. So Houston was utilizing him very wrong. They wanted to make him into a spot-up shooter, which was never going to happen. The best year of his career was back in the 2013-14 season. I believe that they did end up missing that playoffs that year. However, he did shoot at a 40%, which is astonishing. And again, he has another 42 right there, but not too many 40s regardless. So he's just about an average good three-point shooter. You could definitely rely on him at those times. I'm not saying that he was a bad three-point shooter, but just that was not his game. However, if you take a look at his two-pointers, they are pretty amazing. Now they're all above, most of them just above 45%, which is exactly where you want them to be. And again, look, he still excelled. He excelled during that time, but that's not the system that OKC and Houston were running for him. Again, the D'Antoni system, just horrible. Not a good system when you want to give James Harden the ball and have him shoot multiple times. Carmelo is not going to find a rhythm like that. And same issue here with OKC with Russell Westbrook. It's like, again, another dominant ball handler. His usage rate is through the roof. And then on top of that, you had Paul George. That was destined for failure. So people are looking back in these 2 years and judging unfairly towards Carmelo Anthony and his game. And on top of that, there's all this publicity now is what's slandering his name. I hope you guys got a better idea from where I'm coming from in all of this Carmelo Anthony dilemma. But if you guys want, you can go ahead and comment your thoughts down below and I can reach out to you. Make sure to like this video, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, and also turn on that notification bell, because I'm going to be doing a second part to this on where Carmelo Anthony should end up. So you keep an eye out here for that. I should be releasing it within the next week here after this upload. But otherwise here guys, stay cool out there and have a good day.